everybody, today I'm going to be doing an all-encompassing review of Riri Viva Glam 1, Riri Viva Glam 2, comparison of Riri Viva Glam 1 to Kinky from the Kinky Boots collection, along with the Kinky gloss, plus a comparison of Viva Glam 2 to the Icon lipstick. So this is going to be 3 reviews in one plus comparisons. I thought it would be a little bit too much to do 3 separate videos and then direct you all to those videos because I am a little bit behind. So I feel this is the perfect opportunity to bring you a 3-in-1 video. Since this is going to be done in parts, if you're interested in one part or another, you can just skip. The first part is going to be Riri Viva Glam 1, the second part is going to be Riri Viva Glam 2, and then the last part is going to be comparisons. So feel free to skip to the middle or the end to suit what you're looking for by watching this video today. So the first shade I'm going to do today is the Riri Viva Glam 1 and Gloss. So this came out earlier in the year, and this is this year's Viva Glam. Now if you notice, there are special edition packaging for this year's Viva Glam shades for Rihanna. Rihanna kind of made MAC her biatch this year, especially after the collections that she collaborated with them last year, and she kind of got a little bit more than most Viva Glam representatives get. If you've been following MAC and their Viva Glam lipsticks, typically they are in just slight variation of the normal MAC packaging. The tube is always the matte bullet, and it always features the bar here is like red, and then the signatures are inside. But this featured a soft kind of feeling. I can't really explain it. It's a little bit soft, similar to NARS packaging, same with the top here with a little bit of a red reflection, which worked well I guess for this shade, but the second shade it kind of looked a little off. Like I said, I'll get into that. So let me get this swatched up for you guys and explain about this shade. So Viva Glam Rihanna number 1 is a frost shade, and honest to God, I'm not a fan of frost shades, but this shade performed rather well. It kind of reminded me in terms of application of a satin. It wasn't terribly drying, it wasn't moisturizing, it didn't bleed or feather, it didn't settle into fine lines, so overall it had really great performance. But it isn't like a typical frosty shade. A hint of a metallic shimmer, as you can see here, it just looks like a red shade, and when it hits the light just in a certain way, you get that reflection. Now, with other frosty shades, I tend to think of something very metallic, silver gold. This kind of has like a red metallic frost to it. So it's absolutely very variable on most skin tones, and as you can see, it was opaque in one swipe. I just, for hand purposes, I go over, but one swipe opaque, so really high quality all around. And then the gloss was supposed to match it, and this is a shimmery gloss. You can see there's lots of pink red flecks in there, very similar to the lipstick itself. So it's not metallic in the sense that it's silver and gold or frosty like that. It's not even frosty like you would think 80s frost. This is very wearable, very modern frost, and the gloss I find goes very well over it. First of all, the gloss itself, as you can see, is quite opaque in and of itself. Of course, you can sheer it out if you want to wear something a little bit sheerer, but really it's mainly opaque. This is semi-opaque here, and this is still opaque. So it would take actually a lot of work to sheer it out, which is usually the opposite. So I'm just going to layer the gloss right over the second swatch that I did, and as you can see, they really complement each other. They're so similar in shade, it's like you're just wearing the matching gloss over the lipstick, like a glossed form of the lipstick, which is really nice if you like to keep it right there, right in the same shade. You don't want to alter the shade in any way, but as you can see, it's a very pretty combination. Now, being that they're the same shade and the lipstick is such high quality, you're going to get quite long wear out of this. 4 hours with the gloss on, 5 to 8 hours with the gloss off. And if you put a liner or a concealer underneath, absolutely 8 hours, no problem. But 8 is the max. You know, you're going to see visible fading around hour 7, but you'll still have it on your lips. I personally like that it didn't stain, because I personally don't like a stain. Like when I want to take my lipstick off, I want it off. But overall, really great duo. Now the second duo she came out, as you can see, the packaging gets a little weird here, or maybe it doesn't. Maybe it was too matchy with the red. I don't know how you guys feel, but I kind of don't like the red purple packaging. So the second shade that she released was a mauve silvery mauve tone beige. It's a weird description on the website, honestly. When you see it in person, it's really hard to put your finger on exactly what's going on with this shade, but it is also a frost, and she matched it with a really pretty kind of wild gloss that's purple but also has a reflection of green. So if you've seen her promo ad where it looks purple and green, that's really a reflection of the lips gloss, the lip glass, and as you can see, it's really pretty, and they match well together when the gloss is on top or separate. So in the tube they may look a little intimidating, but definitely try it on your lips. You're gonna see that it works. It's odd, but it works. I just don't like the packaging. Red, purple, I don't know, personally. So here is a one swipe swatch. As you can see, it's a little bit streaky, but on the lips it's not. But I'm just going to do 2 swipes for good measure, and 2 down there just to put the gloss over it. Again, same wear time, same good performance. As you can see, it gets a little bit gray in certain lights, and in other lights you get that brown, mauvey reflection. So it really depends on what kind of light you're standing in. I wouldn't say that this is totally safe for work. And the gloss is a little bit sheerer. It's a little bit sheered out. You can wear it pretty much every day. It'll just show your natural lip through, and you'll see in the picture swatches exactly how it changes when you put it on your natural lip, because obviously your hand is not the same color as your lip unless you're putting concealer on first. So let's get some gloss over the swatch here, and you can see the purple really comes out. That reflection, that shimmery reflection really comes out when it's layered. You can see it's a little bit different, whereas the top, they were 2 of the same shade. These are complementing shades. So very, very similar. Now, if the time has passed and Viva Glam is no longer available, or you just want to, or you're wondering, what should I pick up because red is such a common shade, especially with the red one. Red is such a common shade, and you're like, I have so many reds in my collection, why do I need it? The only reason you would really need it is because it has that frost. And now with the release of the Kinky Boots collection collaboration, we have the lip glass and the lipstick, and they look very similar at first glance, but they're actually quite different, and I'm going to get into that, and I'm going to have comparison pictures and everything at the very, very end. So let's start with the lipstick itself. The lipstick itself is matte, so there's no frost here, none at all, but the shades are a little bit similar. So that's 2 swipes, as you can see, quite similar. It's that reflection. In the dark, very similar. In the light, you can see the slight difference. And if you're a stickler for the difference, or you like MAC names, or you're a collector, you're going to need both of them. But honestly, for everyday wear, for the everyday person, I don't think you need both of them. Maybe get the Rihanna one because of the special packaging, or if you like Rihanna, or get the Kinky Boots one because you like the name Kinky, or whatever. But they're very, very similar, or if you like a matte formula versus a frost formula. Now the gloss is a shimmery, sparkly, there's lots of silver sparkle in here, lots of silver shimmer, which is apparent even in the dark, and in the light it's just so much more apparent, versus the more subdued, more subtle Viva Glam gloss, which has that pink, red glitter, shimmer rather, and when you layer it, this is where you really start to see the difference. So layered, lots and lots of shimmer, you definitely see that silver glitter, whereas the gloss and lipstick here complemented each other. So that's a major difference. So if you like your gloss to be a little bit more subtle, not so shimmery, not so shimmer glittery, definitely pick up the Vivi. But if you want something really high impact, really shimmery, really glittery on your lips, eye capturing, go for Kinky. Now, Icon is a frosty shade. Actually, yeah, Icon is a frosty shade, and it's quite similar to the Viva Glam 2. Even at first glance, they look quite similar. Like if I held them down here, would you instantly be able to tell me which one's which? The Viva Glam obviously has just a little bit more purple in it, whereas Icon has a little bit more brown. But I feel like Icon is more wearable for everyday wear, and it's a very 90s shade. So that's 2 swipes, and you can see over here in the darker side of where my window is, you can see they look almost identical, but in the light you can see that Icon is a little bit more wearable. It doesn't lean as gray, it's a little bit more brown. I just feel like for more everyday wear, for more skin tones, Icon's going to be more wearable. Now with all that being said, if you have one or the other, for example, if you love the silvery glitter of Kinky and you already have a Riri one but you didn't pick up the Riri gloss, they match really well together too, because of the similar shade. The frostiness in the lipstick will definitely bring out the glitter in the gloss, and the matteness of the lipstick will help the gloss of the Vivi last a little bit longer, because matte tends to last quite a bit of time on the lips, as you can see, but they do look alike. The matte lipstick, I got 6 to 8 hours of wear, so no matter what, if you put the gloss on top, a little bit lower, but still pretty much all the same. It's just the subtle differences in these shades. So do you need all of these shades? I don't think you need all of these shades, like I said, unless you're a collector, but they're definitely worth picking up if you do collect MAC, if you do like the names, if you do like the special packaging. I think it all comes down to that. But do remember that the Viva Glam purchases, 100% of that does go to help for AIDS awareness, AIDS, family with AIDS. Pretty much it goes to charity, whereas if you buy the other lipsticks, the Kinky and Icon, it just goes to MAC. So if that might influence your decision as well. Also, who do you support? Do you like Rihanna? Do you not like Rihanna? Comes down to a lot of micro decisions that impact a lot of decisions when it comes to lipstick. Anyway, guys, did you pick up any of these shades? If you did, let me know what you got. Let me know what you liked. Leave me some comments below, and I do hope you enjoy the picture swatches and the picture comparisons and the dupes, I guess. And please subscribe to my fashion blog and follow me on Instagram. I'm Recycled Stardust. Thank you so much for watching.